bag?
Of course not.
Piracy is a crime.
I'm just downloading a movie.
Would you download a car?
You know what? Maybe I will. This movie sucks. Maybe I should have downloaded a car instead. The year 2020. Piracy was dead. Netflix was $8.99 a month. All the content you wanted under one roof, one click away. But by the year 2024, something insane happened. Visits to piracy sites increased exponentially. The same companies that brought piracy to its knees somehow brought it back like a sequel to a movie nobody asked for. Now streaming is not dead, but it's bleeding out. More than half of Gen Z admits to pirating while still paying for subscriptions, and the majority have cancelled at least one subscription this year. Piracy that used to be underground is now suddenly mainstream, and it's not just about getting free stuff. It's a rebellion against the billion-dollar companies happening right under their noses. So yeah, streaming did not kill piracy, it instead gave it a sequel. Before the days of unskippable ads and algorithm-dictated recommendations, piracy was a bit different. In the 80s, the era of floppy disks, hard drive capacity was so tiny that it wouldn't even fit an MP3 song. File sharing meant literally passing around floppy disks at school. Cut to the 90s, the internet slowly started to become a thing. File sharing changed from swapping disks at school to sharing anything with people you didn't even know. The introduction of the MP3 format meant you could fit your entire CD collection into a single folder. Anything from software, music, games were being shared online. The internet quickly became the wild west of data sharing with FTP servers, shady websites, and mysterious usernames like XXDragonMasterXX. Sites like Napster made music sharing easy. Just search, click, download, and boom, you suddenly own free music forever. Millions joined in, record labels panicked, but the damage was already done. Piracy had gone mainstream. The government shut down Napster, but the pirates didn't retreat. They just evolved. Enter torrents, a decentralized system that is so genius, even the FBI couldn't fully stop it. Sites like the Pirate Bay, Kick-Ass Torrent, and LimeWire became the Netflix of their time, except instead of streaming the content, you got 14 different pop-up ads, after which you downloaded the content along with a free virus. People were downloading movies, games, TV shows, and as internet speeds got faster, piracy got easier. Now, of course the industry wasn't happy about this and they struck back. Governments started blocking sites, tightening copyright laws, and throwing lawsuits. The pirates responded as well with VPNs and mirrors. And if history has taught us anything, piracy can't be killed. It can only be buffered for a few seconds. But piracy did die, at least for a moment, before it came back with a vengeance. In 2007, Netflix, a company that used to rent DVDs through mail, started their streaming service that allowed their subscribers to watch movies and shows online. No ads, no waiting, no irritating cable guy to deal with. Just $8.99 a month and instant access to everything. With shows like House of Cards and Orange is the New Black, Netflix showed everyone that it wasn't just another platform. It was changing the game, empowering creators and taking risks. The competitors took notice. People paying monthly for stuff they don't even watch. Count us in. And thus began the streaming wars. Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, HBO Max, Peacock, Paramount Plus, each one started hoarding their own shows like doomsday preppers hoarding toilet paper. Then came the pandemic, and those of us who were privileged enough to stay at home took to streaming for our entertainment. For a while, streaming seemed to be the next big revolution. Subscribers started flocking in huge numbers. Cutting the cord became a thing, and people were ditching cable for something better and cheaper. But like all good things, it did not last. The pandemic ended and reality hit hard. People no longer were stuck inside binging content. This resulted in subscriber losses. What seemed a really good idea slowly started to reveal itself as a model that wasn't sustainable to begin with. To counter this, streaming services started to show ads. Prices went up. There was a lot of competition. They started cracking down on password sharing, and suddenly it became the very thing that it set out to dethrone, that is, cable TV. Quality started to drop and content went from groundbreaking to just playing in the background. While streaming was still carrying on, something else was silently making a comeback, and no points for guessing. Piracy was back, baby. Piracy has returned, way more than it ever was. Unlicensed streaming made up 96% of global piracy in 2023, with visits jumping from 130 billion in 2020 to 216 billion in 2024. This is not just a comeback, it's a revolution. When studios split content across 10 different platforms, throttle bitrates and force ads into paid plans, remove content, guess what? People go back to what worked: torrents, VPNs, and streaming sites that somehow buffer faster than Netflix. Gone were the days of struggling through shady sites, dodging pop-ups to get to your movie, only to find out you downloaded it in the wrong language.
Smash! Come here,
These sites now have similar user interfaces, maybe even better in some cases. Instant HD streaming with all content under one roof, something which Netflix used to be. No geo-locked content either. Watch anything from anywhere. As Valve's CEO stated, piracy is not a pricing problem, it's a service problem. Now, services like Steam and Spotify have significant success in cutting down piracy in their respective industries like gaming and music by offering better experience than its illegal counterparts. When you are getting better experience without paying, then why would someone pay to get an inferior experience? It doesn't make sense. Most people pirate not because they don't want to pay, but because they want a better experience. And sometimes it's just about getting access to content which otherwise is unavailable. Now, it's all up to the entertainment industry whether they follow Steam and Spotify and offer better user experience than piracy, or fight against it and risk getting disintegrated in the process. So, is piracy back? Well, it never went away in the first place, but for a while it seemed like there was no need for it. But as capitalism rises and greed increases, the need for piracy seems to be at an all-time high. And as long as the problem persists, people will sail the high seas. And as the saying goes, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the like button. Share your thoughts down below what you think about piracy. Subscribe to the channel for more such videos, and I'll see you in the next one.